All right, guys, welcome to the Media Hijack Podcast. I'm your host, Billy Walters, and joining me is Chris, Unholy Jesus. Yeah.
Happy Hump Day, family. Happy Hump Day.
Happy Hump Day, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Media Hijack. This is episode 211. Before we get started, if you guys want to get some official t-shirts like this one right here, you can head over to the mediahijack.com. Okay, we're wearing the same shirt back to back.
Yes.
2 weeks in a row. Head over to the mediahijack.com. Grab you some official Media Hijack t-shirts. Also, if you guys want to catch the replay for this live Twitch video, we're here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch the replay on YouTube the following day. Also, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Give us that 5-star frog splash. All right, let's get this show started. All right, let's get into this alien interview. First topic of the night, 1991 alien interview that was leaked footage from the military base. All right, so a long time ago, this video was released, I say almost like about 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. This footage was released on TV, and there was this old network called UPN. If you grew up in the 90s, you knew exactly what UPN is.
Hell yeah.
And they had so many commercials about leaked video footage of an alien being interviewed by military. Or by government. Yeah.
I remember the commercials, man. The commercials were so creepy. It was just like, man, leaked footage of Area 51 interrogation of, I'm assuming it was like Roswell, I think it was. That's the only thing I could think of would have been. But
it was during, it's during that era where they had that, remember they had that one crazy UFO, I think it was in Arizona or something like that, the Phoenix Lights.
Yeah. Yes.
That was the most famous UFO footage at that time.
Yeah.
Because everybody saw it. And people who had video cameras, because this was before cell phones. Mm-hmm. And then they had so many people.
It's like when they had cameras like this.
Yeah, the big camcorder.
They
had the VHS tape in there. My dad had one.
Not even these. Not even this size. It was the big one.
Yeah, it's big. It's huge. It's like 3 times my head. Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, and yeah, this was during like those times, like 94, 93, 97, if you can afford that back then.
All right.
I remember my dad, he bought one in Circuit City, and he loved that thing, dude. He took that shit to Disneyland, recorded everybody at Disneyland. I was like, where's this footage? Where's the VHS at? Because I wanna watch it, man, because I knew I was a damn fool.
Well, I remember when I was growing up, my parents would always film us, like just our early, like toddler years, and they would have this giant camera station on a tripod.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's how my parents used to have it.
Yeah, my dad had that tripod. He just left that shit on like in the apartment, and we don't even know. We're just doing like random ass shit. Like my brother's just rolling around in the living room, busting his ass on like a damn one of those barbecue cookers.
I was thinking like a tumbleweed.
Yeah, he was rolling around like a tumbleweed, hitting like an indoor barbecue. Yeah, that fool's wild. But yeah, this is like during like those times. So like this alien footage, right? I remember so clearly they showed the alien interview on TV on UPN, and it was a 3-minute interview of an alien, and they're trying to like hold the head up and everything, and people were like, what the hell is going on? It looked like people were saying it was like animatronics, because back then, you remember the Ninja Turtle movies came out.
Oh man, yeah.
It was all animatronics. Like there's real people in there, but it was controlled. Like the mouth and stuff is controlled by
machines.
Yeah. Like a whole bunch of. Yeah, it's very expensive to do something like that. So so this footage was allegedly leaked from Area 51. There's a documentary by a guy named Jon Stewart who recently, I say within a few years, he researched everything about this story. Because he was like, I think this is real. And he was going to find out everything all about it. Like he went to all the people that actually, like the whistleblowers basically. Mm-hmm. And they said like, yeah, this footage is real. Like I was there, and they gave all the locations, everything. Every different person that was there, they had the same location. And it wasn't exactly like Area 51. It's a different location.
Okay.
Yeah, so the video was given to the production company UPN by a dude named Victor. They called this like the Victor alien tape. He went by the alias Victor, and then he gave UPN a video in 1997, and that's when they made the whole series on this shit. And the dude named, we don't know his name, but Jon Stewart know his name, and he said his name too. But I don't know if I wrote it down.
Oh damn!
But they found out who Victor was.
Victor was like, "Hey UPN, I have classified leaked video documents of Area 51. I want you to show it to everyone that's black in America. Put it on UPN."
It was like, "I got a bombshell for you guys.
I got a bombshell for black folks."
Yeah, it's like, guess what? I have alien footage of him being interviewed by military service people.
Coming on right after the Parkers and Moesha.
UPN's like, say less. Give us the footage.
Hand it over.
We're gonna show this to the world. Sit tight, Victor.
Chill.
Yeah, so like I was saying, like many people in Hollywood, people that work with animatronics, they said it was like a hoax and stuff. They're like, I was like, yeah, if you give us like $10,000, we could do this in a garage. It was a bunch of people that came out of the woodwork saying that stuff. But then the crazy thing about this whole shit, right? Nobody ever came out of Hollywood and took credit for creating this hoax. Not one person came out and said like, "Oh, I made it." So they're like, "Okay, then is it real? Is it it's fake?" And go ahead.
I was about to say, I'm surprised they didn't try to blame it on try to pin it to like Jim Henson, who was really big with like Muppets and animatronics and stuff. Like, you remember that show Dinosaurs back in the day? Yes. With the not the daddy. That was like Jim Henson's work.
I thought not the mama, but go ahead.
Not the mama. Yeah, not the mama. He's head over head and everything. I'm surprised they didn't try to pin it on him like they did with Stanley Kubrick and Space Landing. It was like, oh, Stanley Kubrick did it. he's top filmmaker.
Yeah, here's like another thing what they were saying like it could be real. It's because they said they couldn't see the creases like in the alien. Because they said like if it's an animatronics, right? They said people that work in Hollywood said like, all right, if this was a production animatronics, you could see the creases,
the like folds in
the skin or in the bend of the arm or the neck or whatever.
Right.
They're like we didn't see that. Like it's weird. Like whoever did this is a really good professional and they know how to do shit.
Or it's real.
or it's real. And what's crazy, this footage, dude, you can look it up on like YouTube. You'll find like little specks and pieces of this video. If you look up the Victor alien tapes, you cannot find like the full 3-minute video, dude.
What?
Like, I remember seeing it on UPN, but I tried to find it for you guys, and I can't find like the legit 3-minute video. There's always people just covering it.
What?
So it's like this.
I thought it'd been easy to find on YouTube, man. Shit.
I think it used to be easy, but they're scraping the hell out of that shit. But now I don't think they could scrape it anymore because I don't think anybody's in control of that department. Hey, you gotta cover up this alien stuff. I don't think that department even exists no more. So that's why I think everything is full blast, like out in the open. Everybody can see any alien shit or whatever.
Right. It just anything goes.
Yeah. And then another thing about this video, right? The UPN, after they got the video from Victor, people said like, oh, it's fake because it's so dark you can't see like nothing else. The reason why it was dark is because the production company, they made it dark to have that like theatrical feel, like the theatrical effect. Like they wanted to make it look more mysterious, so all you can see like the head, right? But the original film, Jon Stewart said the original film was produced in 16 millimeter film, and then it was converted into VHS. So the original film, it was all grainy, right? It was a CCTV footage, and it has like a blue like hue to it. So it looks blue. It's a CCTV footage, and it was grainy. That was the original footage that was given to the production company. Before the production company, they put all the makeup on it, make it look more crazy.
Damn.
Make it look good, basically. Put makeup on it.
Yeah, because I'm assuming it's like much brighter back then, all grainy and stuff. And
yeah, man, I wish I could show you guys like the footage, because like in the documentary, or like in the what they showed on UPN, the first footage they showed was the footage where it's all dark, where they edited the whole clip. And then at the end of the show, they showed the original grainy, blue-colored CCTV footage of the alien interview. Yeah, because in the original footage, right, the 16 millimeter one,
yeah,
you could see two military officers on the left side, like just geared up,
chilling,
ready, just in case something like pop off. And then you can see the doctor in the back. The doctor's trying to hold the head up and stuff, trying to, hey, keep talking. We're doing an interview.
Did they ever explain why he was holding the head up? Like, or was it like this?
It was like about to die, basically.
Yeah, this would sound like, hey, keep, like, because when interrogation is all about, like, trying to wear the person out. And they probably wore that alien out, asking them questions. Because I remember in Behold a Pale Horse, William Cooper talks about how they just straight up just hammer the alien with questions. If this is the same gray man as this footage is, I'm assuming it's the same type of stories of the same alien interrogation. Because he talks about his book too, about how they just like kept asking him the same question, and kind of like wearing the alien out. And it got to a point during the interview, William Cooper says it got to a point with the Area 51 alien interview that the alien started lying. And and that was one thing they started notice different about the alien. And I think that because the alien was picking up on the fact that they were lying about things, and so the alien started kind of like mimicking how they were lying to him about some stuff. And then, so I don't know if that's the same situation. It sounds similar to where like they wore this alien out and with this, where are you from? And he's just tired. Like probably ain't feeding him. No, I don't know what aliens eat, like space dust. But he ain't getting his nutrients. Something like that. He's worn out.
Oatmeal.
Alien oatmeal.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like, I mean, let's say you are like this intelligent being, you land on another planet, right? They're interrogating you, and the only way you can get out, you just gotta make up a whole bunch of lies.
Yeah. Because
like, let's say you're intelligent enough, right, to get the grasp of the human consciousness and be like, oh, these motherfuckers are just a bunch of liars, dude. Right. I'm gonna play their game too.
And I think too, what William Cooper was probably trying to explain with the alien too is like, whatever species he comes from, they don't lie. I guess so. Lying is almost like a human concept. So when he was like, they're lying to me. Well, I gotta lie back to them now, and so I can get out of this.
Yeah, they're just playing the game.
If I tell them too much, they might go to my home planet, take us out. So I gotta.
Yeah, they're playing the game, dude. That sounds about right. So this dude, Jon Stewart, the guy that's coming up with this whole documentary, that's actually already been released. You can go to his website. It's called like Hunting Victor, because they were trying to find the dude that delivered the tape. So they can be like, hey, like, where did you actually got this? Well, long story short, they found the dude. I forgot his name, but they found the dude, and they end up finding out like he has been like a guest host on Coast to Coast AM, like over like 10 times.
Damn.
Yeah, just playing his role, dude, but never admitting that, oh yeah, I was the one that delivered the famous interview tape of the alien. Meanwhile, he's doing interviews on Coast to Coast as something, I forgot. But more details like on this alien interview that Jon Stewart he came across, because he came across documents that talked about this particular interview. So like he's like, okay, this is not fake. I'm coming across official documents right now. Like he said he got these documents report from the DIA, which is a Defense Intelligence Agency. He said that in the interrogation, they wrote in the notes, they said they're interrogating a gray, but they didn't label like what the gray was or whatever, because there's actually a whole bunch of different species, but it just said gray, right? He said the alien was labeled as a haploid, meaning that it only has one sexual chromosome. And according to the government agency, he said the film was recorded on April 22nd in 1991 at 3:15 in the afternoon. That was when they made the official interview video with that alien in 1991.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like the date of 1991 is when they did the interview with the alien.
Yep.
Okay, I was thinking it was like they released the recordings from Roswell or something in 91.
Uh-uh.
Oh,
This might be a different case, but maybe it might be the same. I mean, I don't know.
okay.
Yeah, but this particular interview, the one that they show on UPN, it was filmed in 1991.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Victor, he didn't get the tape till UPN until 1997.
Damn.
So it was about 6 years before this tape got leaked and then given to like a huge network.
Right.
Yeah. And he said the segment of this video was filmed with the DNI, which he said stands for the Department of Naval Intelligence. And this is where the guy was saying like, all right, this is where like it's like true about this whole thing, because if you look deeper into like the Navy and stuff, he said there's like a department that's deeper within the Navy called the Department of Naval Intelligence that they do stuff like this, where they do like research like intelligence like beyond like what's on surface level. Like they go it's like another level below all that.
Yeah, that's what William Cooper said he used to work for. He's the Department of Naval Intelligence. That was his position.
And
like in the 70s.
It also is like if you look into like Bob Lazar, he was talking about all the same shit too. Like all the shit, it all added up. They all talked about the same stuff. And he said like the investigation where they did this interview, it wasn't at Area 51. He said it was at a different location. They called it S2 Alpha. And this is where they said they held like the deceased and the living ETs between 1960 and 1996. So they're holding a bunch of these aliens out there, dead ones, alive ones from the 60s, dude, all the way to 1996. And who knows? They might still be going on right now.
Man, hell yeah.
Yep. Then like another thing is like they found there's this family that they found, right, where the family is like, it's like they knew like the spouse, she knew her husband was doing something with the government, but they never knew exactly what it was.
Right.
They're like, I don't know, like I'm not really sure what my husband did, but when he passed, like we didn't get any information on what exactly he did like in the government besides like serving or whatever. But they knew something was weird about it, right? So then like they showed footage to like the wife. I don't know how they found this out, but they showed footage to the wife of the alien shit, right? And the two sergeants that was on the left side of the alien, she looked at one of them and she said, "That's my husband." And then she was like, it makes sense now. Like I knew my husband was into like all this weird shit. He never could tell us, but they knew he did something super top secret. And then she saw her husband in that video. She's like, holy shit, that's my husband. Just guarding that alien right there. It's weird. And a whole bunch of other whistleblowers, they came out too, and then they all like name like the same location and everything. It's like they all could talk now without getting their ass clapped.
Man, all the stories are matching up.
Yeah, it's all matching up, and I believe it, dude. This dude, he has a documentary on his website, but he has it for like $8, and I'm not gonna pay $8, dude. I know you spent a lot of money making it, and you're trying to make your money back.
Right.
If you want this shit to pick up steam, you release it free on YouTube and monetize it. Make your money off the ads. No one's gonna pay for this, because reason why I'm not paying for it, because I've done this before, and I watched like one of the documentaries that they produced, and it was so boring. I was like, I want my $6 back.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because like, because I basically know like the whole story of everything, like about this whole alien stuff. So I was like, oh, Ali, what can you tell me that's like brand new about this documentary? Like I get it. Like I know you years of research and everything. It's like, yeah, that's just hard, dude.
But what are you
for you? Yeah. Yeah, but I was like, dude, the best way you can make that wave hit, dude, release it free on YouTube.
Straight up.
You'll make more off of that.
Straight
than
up.
Keeping it in a box on a website that probably no one's ever going to go unless you're a huge alien guy, which is a very small percent. It's not going to work, dude. Release it free on YouTube.
Put this shit on YouTube, people will share it, because they can't share it from your damn website. It's just sitting there like
right, it's sitting there locked up. Like it could be like the most craziest information ever, but you locked it up. because you want to make your money back. I get it too, but dude, YouTube.
I wonder if he's scared that YouTube's probably gonna snatch it down, but
it might. But try it, or sell to Prime or some shit.
Can't be any crazier than what the. I've seen a lot of crazy YouTube alien stuff on YouTube. I mean, it can't be any crazier than what the hell they let sit on there. So, you never know unless you try. Unless he has tried, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe he tried. But yeah, like another thing, what Jon Stewart was saying about more information that he got, he said that there was 2 monks, you know, from like Tibet or wherever they're from.
Yeah.
He said that the U.S. military, the government, they took these 2 monks, right, to go talk to these aliens. This is when I really believed it. I was like, that's so random. Like, why would they bring 2 monks? And how is this guy, like, if it's making it up, that's crazy. Why would you make that up? But he said 2 monks, they brought 2 monks over there to, what is it, S2 Alpha, the location where the alien was at. Yeah. And the way the monks, because they're like, okay, the monks, they meditate a lot. They can probably speak to these entities through telepathy. And that's exactly what happened. So one of the monks, they were talking to like the alien, right? All silently, like through the head.
Yeah.
And then they're asking the monks, like, what are they saying? What are they saying to you? And then, you know, one of the monks, he was like, they were talking about how we perceive time. He said they're so confused how we perceive time, like months, years, decades. So it's weird how you humans perceive time like that, because the way they don't even look at time like that. It's just things are just happening. It's not like in a timely manner. Like it's happening right now. Like winter could be happening right now, but I think it's because they're able to go, like, I guess, to different parallel universes, like how they travel or whatever. Like,
yeah.
When the alien got kidnapped, he got kidnapped in like a certain, I guess, time frame.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Let me see what else he said. Go ahead.
So I was about to say too, because by all that traveling, and if you jumping around, flying, and all that, time ain't no concept to you anymore. You just like, because space don't have time either. Really, does space have time? I don't think space has time, but it's just shit happens.
I don't think time is anything. It's something that's just like the humans try to measure, like, because everything is happening, right?
Yeah, this is like time is a man-made construct, so it's like
it has to be, man. I mean, so what the aliens were saying, he's saying that they operate on what they call a time sequence. You know what that means?
No, what's that?
I don't know.
Oh, a time sequence?
My note says I don't know.
Let's see. I've heard of it before, but I'm not sure exactly what the exact definition is. Time sequence. Let's see. And the order in which events happen over time. So like one by like 1990, 1991, 1992, 1993. So as long as like it's in.
Yeah. So like maybe they can hop within these time sequence, right? Mm-hmm. Like, okay, let's go visit JFK during the assassination, or let's visit Chris when he's in his 60s and he invented like the ultimate
microwave
power source that got him assassinated a year later.
Yeah.
Wakanda, you know.
I wonder if there's like restrictions on time travel, man. Like
Loki.
I know, not like within Loki. I was thinking more like, was it Marvel Comics? Right now, there's like this comic book I'm reading. Hello, Bob.
Dude, Jersey was good.
Dude, what's up? There's this thing going on in the Marvel Comics. They're talking about how, hey, something happened in a specific timeline, but we don't know what it is. And come to find out, whoever's like, the reason why we can't find out what it is, because between the year 1963 and the year 1973, that time is blocked off. No time travelers can go in this timeline.
Wow.
And if you try to go, you're going to crash and die. So something happened in that time frame, and somebody is blocking out the entire 10-year of existence, and nobody, but the world doesn't remember why. So something happened to change the world in that time, that 10-year gap. It's crazy.
That could be real, man.
Yeah,
like they put a lock on like a timeline or a sequence in time.
Yeah, you need like a specific frequency to get to that time, and if you locked out
to find the truth. Yeah, that's dude. It's like we're living in one big psychedelic trip right now.
Man, hell yeah! I was reading something the other day called the superflow. It talks about how you would think like once you leave our universe and you fly out of it, you just travel to another universe and then boom, you're there. But there's this thing also in Marvel comic books called the superflow, where once you leave our universe, it's just an endless landscape of just like up and down like this and no wall. And as it goes on forever and ever and ever, unless you have a frequency code to travel throughout the multiverse. Because in order for you to reach other Earths and other universes, you need to have the frequency of it. You can't just travel wherever you want. So once you leave our universe, you're just stuck in nothingness forever unless you can figure out a frequency to leave our universe. If not, you just travel through the superflow forever. For infinity, you just travel through the superflow unless you have a machine or something that can like, okay, frequency Earth 67. Okay, we got the frequency. Boom, we can go. Because you can't. It's not as easy as like walking out your house and then going to your neighbor's house across the street.
Dude, that sounds so real, man. Maybe I need to read comics, dude.
Yes, but comics is crazy, bro.
Because that sounds so. It sounds so real, dude. Imagine you're able to tap in a certain frequency that's operating in a whole different parallel reality, and then you able to tap in just for a little bit, and you see that world, right? You see everything that's happening. You're like, is this my imagination, or am I'm just tripping?
Am I peeking through some curtains?
Dude, I think drugs might be the catalyst for all that shit.
It takes the body away and enhances the mind.
Right. That's why they're like, you're just hallucinating. That's why you're seeing it. Like, no, maybe I'm changing the radio station so I can see it.
Right.
Because I feel fine, Miss Betty. I feel fine right now. You know, I don't feel crazy. Bob says traveling to the past would be prohibited. Stu Jersey says time travel is probably a one-way trip. Bob says due to the changes to the future. I thought about that too. Like, could it be a one-way trip, or could you just be traveling to like a certain time frame, right? But even if you change something in that time, it wouldn't affect your timeline unless you're living in that full timeline that you change. I'm thinking Dragon Ball right now.
Yeah, with Trunks. Yeah, hey, like the timeline you live in already exists. You just created a split timeline now. So this
different reality. Yep.
Yes. Yeah. You being here doesn't change your timeline, but it does create a new reality. So everybody's still dead in your timeline, but you just gave your people a chance in a new timeline, and it kind of just becomes its own thing.
You gave a one parallel reality just a new timeline, so they don't have to experience it. But all the other infinite other realities, they're probably going through some shit right now. They probably got ate up by a cell a long time ago. You know, but you probably you saved a few timelines.
Saved a few, boom, boom.
Like, what are the odds Goku becomes a god?
All right.
And then he starts manipulating time, the whole time sequence.
Everything on Dragon Ball.
Damn. It's just like the Loki thing when they came across, or when he found out like who was who's controlling everything, but it's a bunch of robots.
Yeah.
Controlling the whole timeline. Like, what the fuck?
Machines?
This whole shit was controlled by machines the whole time. And my head fucking blew up like right there, because I was like, holy shit.
It makes sense to me.
We could be going through that shit right now, dude. Right?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Like, this God you pray to. Like, what if this God is just a machine? Sitting on the throne, pretending to be this almighty God.
Fucking computer tower. Like,
yeah, and it's just one plug away.
It's ending this.
Jesus Christ, dude. That's why I think AI is gonna expose religion. And that sounds crazy.
AI's
you ever heard that before?
No, but that
oh shit.
That's crazy.
I was choking just thinking about that.
No, I never heard that, but it makes sense.
Damn, dude, AI is gonna expose religion.
It's gonna crunch up the numbers.
That will freaking turn the whole world upside down, dude.
Ooh,
yeah, that's gonna test your faith like crazy. Like, okay, if you believe in this, like, let's see.
Stu says, the The stars are computer codes, according to some people. What?
You know what I realized about stars?
That's
like
wild.
lately,
Even think of that.
within like a few months, right? I used to see. I always go outside, look at the stars. I was like, "There's so little stars now." But then within the last month, I look up. I was like, "There's so many stars now."
Man,
Where
everywhere.
did they all come from?
Is that
It's like they all came back from what I used to remember as a child. Because I used to look up and I'm like, damn, there's so many stars out here. But then you get older. Like just last month, I was like, where's all the stars at? All I see is Little Dipper, Big Dipper. Now I see everything. I see like the whole everything.
Yeah, I remember you told me that too. He's like, "Where's all the stars, man?" I was like, "I don't know."
They're back, dude. The stars are back. It's like everybody clocked in again. They're like, all right, we're going to work now.
In full force too. They're talking about like a planetary alignments going on right now. There's a lot of shit going on in space.
Dude, they say you can see all these planets now. You can see Venus, Saturn, Jupiter. I was like,
Yes.
nobody told us this when we were younger. Now we can see these, literally, we can see these planets with our naked eyes.
Everywhere, man. Especially out here in Utah, man. Ain't no city life, so it's just like a star map in front of you.
Explosion. Stu Jersey says James Gates and Neil deGrasse talked about it.
So I wonder if all these stars popping up, is it because of like the winter solstice? I don't know. I don't know too much about the winter solstice. I think it's just the start of winter, right?
I don't know, dude.
Because yeah, these stars been off the chain lately. I'll be seeing shooting stars every damn night.
Damn. But it's been like a few years where I haven't been seeing stars, like for many years actually. It's just this year is different for some reason. Maybe I'm just now noticing it, but I think there's a whole bunch of stars now that we can actually see.
Yeah, there's even like
I don't know.
There's even an app that Melissa downloaded. It's like if you hold it up and you can like it could tell you which constellations are or whatever. I can't remember the name of the app, but it seems like it's pretty legit. The thing is though, I don't know the difference between left and right and up and down when you're looking at constellations. So it's kind of like this.
Yeah, you trying to match it
around.
Yeah. There's Orion's belt.
Gotta go like this.
Stu said something is going on with weather, so we can see them all. You think the weather has something to do with all this? Because the weather's been pretty weird lately.
It's been extreme.
Yeah,
like 90s extreme.
I really don't know, dude. Because even when clear skies, because I can remember clearly, I even spoke 2 years ago about this, where I was like, damn, the sky is so clear, but where's all the stars?
All right.
I remember saying all this, and now it's like, because I look at the sky almost like every night, and then I look recently, I'm like, damn, like there's stars everywhere. It's like it's back.
Shit ton of stars lately, man. I've been seeing like
all these holes in the sky.
Right, I've been seeing all types of constellations, and then the last big one I saw, because now last night we had a bunch of stars, or maybe it might have been cloudy, I'm not sure, but it wasn't as clear as it was. But leading up to like these past couple of days, we were getting that bottom crescent moon, and then Venus right underneath it, man, and everybody was taking pictures of it, like, oh damn, Venus is like, holy shit, bright. Everybody's just taking pictures of it. Even I took a picture of it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this.
Yeah,
so,
I think Bob took a picture of it too.
Man, it was beautiful.
Yeah, that's all I got for this alien story. I'm going to take a leak real quick, and then we come back. All right, and we are back for the next topic of the night.
Yes, sir. We're going to talk about the doomsday clock, folks.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yes, man. The people are coming out saying that the doomsday clock just moved closer to midnight. So, which is I don't know, it's alarming if you believe in this doomsday clock thing. So the doomsday clock, for people who aren't familiar with it, is actually like a symbol that represents like and I actually had to look this up too because I didn't really know how to explain it in words, but basically the doomsday clock is a symbol that represents the estimated likelihood of a human-made global catastrophe in the opinion of members of the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists. Now, I didn't even know these are the guys who started this back in 1947, but the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists is basically like these guys that come together and they crunch all the stuff together. They're a nonprofit organization, and a lot of the stuff is concerned with science and global security of Earth. And they built this clock to keep humans in check on, hey, technologically advances that we're doing that could be, a negative consequences to all of humanity. So, for example, like the building of the atomic bomb, cause the clock to move closer to midnight. All these actually, this was designed specifically during the era of the atomic era when they was building, nukes. Everyone was trying to grab a nuke, and so this clock just helps them and like them, the bulletin of atomic scientists keep track of, oh shit, are we close to wiping ourselves out? If so, we need to let everyone know. Now, so like the main factors for this doomsday clock is that it's actually the main factors that it focuses on is like nuclear warfare, climate change, and artificial science. And it says it monitors other things like life science as well, like maybe a new species might rise up eventually. That would probably cause things to move forward or backwards. But recently, it's saying that we actually keep moving closer to midnight on the doomsday clock.
So how close exactly are we to midnight?
I think it said it moved 8 seconds closer to midnight. Oh, sorry. It says the clock now stands just 89 seconds away. Its first move in 2 years, and the closest the clock has come to midnight in its nearly 80-decade history. So an 8-decade history.
So like 80 years since they started the whole doom clock.
Yeah, since they started it, this is the closest we've ever been to midnight. And I think a lot of it's coming down to the advancement of AI coming up, the way politics is going on a global scale, and these wars are starting to kick up, and then how the climate is acting is causing the clock to like, doop, 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 doop.
Tick, 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 tick. Oh, we exploded. So according to you, we're very close to midnight, which meaning we're very close to the destruction of humankind.
Yes.
I guess through nuclear weapons.
Maybe nuclear weapons or maybe AI. I think AI might be was ringing the alarm bell for them right now. Just how it is picking up like quick, man. This race into AI happened fast. Really at least fast. On the surface level. At least on the surface level for normal people that's just here. It seems like, AI came out of nowhere, but they've been built up on AI collecting data for God knows how long to get this ball rolling. But it says that
does not exist.
Here's the thing about the doomsday clock. It's not really a clock in a manner of like the clock doesn't really make predictions.
Right.
Like because that's why I used to think the doomsday clock was like, hey, it's predicting like an atomic war about to kick off. But it's more of just showing like the metaphorical midnight of, hey, when we hit midnight, we're crossing a threshold that we can't come back from. And with these guys as a part of the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, if I could think of them any way possible, think of them as if like how you talk about like how we talk about like with nuclear weapons, right? Being like, all this like nuclear technology was like maybe a gift from aliens or whatever. If that holds true, then they would be like the supervisors of these atomic weapons and atomic technologies that we have, and they keep track of all this stuff. And the more we probably misuse it, they like if my imagination is like this, hey, y'all are supervisors of this tech that aliens handed us, then y'all doing a report like, hey, look, the doomsday clock we have is actually showing that you guys are cutting a little too close to the razor's edge with this technology y'all getting, these testing nukes in water and doing all this other stuff. And then it's basically supposed to just kind of keep a reminder like, hey, guys, we got to be careful with how we treat ourselves. We gotta love ourselves more, on some self-love. Humanity needs to love itself more because we're cutting it too close to like wanting to go to war and kill each other. So
right, because it's getting to the point right now where the more we advance like in technology, right, the more closer the doomsday clock get closer to midnight, which means the ultimate destruction.
Yeah, I think there's supposed to be like a balance with this life. It's not to be too much tech or too less of it.
Yeah, it should have been balance. But then, like, when you throw in, like, CERN, the whole Hadron Collider, in the mix of it, right? They're like, okay, like, what? This is, like, it's, like, blowing everybody's mind right now. Like, sure, you guys figured out how to smash atoms, and then you guys figured out the whole Higgs boson, whatever that molecule, the whole God particle, right? Like, all right, you guys figured out. But now you guys are trying to make the machine a whole lot bigger. For what reason? Because you guys already accomplished what you guys was trying to look for, like, since like the 70s or 80s. You guys found that God particle. Like, why are you guys trying to make it like a lot bigger, a lot stronger? Unless you guys discover something that you're not actually telling the public.
I think
what did you guys actually discover? Did you guys make a portal to another reality? You guys bringing shit out of that reality. Like, let us know. Like, why are you guys making it bigger?
I think they try and make some kind of like Stargate or something, trying to like jumpstart something. Because I truly do believe space travel, as far as maybe sending machines out to space, that works. But as far as sending humans out there to like travel even to the closest planets is still too far. So I think they kind of like, oh, we need to punch a hole in reality, and because this planet can't last forever, especially the way we treat it. And so maybe they might be like, look, we want to just punch a hole in reality, like a little, like taking a pencil, just like pop, like right through a piece of paper, and we're gonna just go right through this paper and be somewhere else.
Yeah, we could disappear like right now. Yeah, who really knows, man? Everything is happening like crazy. Like, so many planes are crashing now. How weird is that, right?
Man, I'm scared of flying again. This brought back my fear of flying. I'm fucking horrified again.
Dude, because the accident seems so, like, so simple. It's like, oh, a helicopter was in the way.
Fucking helicopter flying straight into a plane. Like,
what?
Another plane crashed out the sky in Pennsylvania, and I think it landed on a car. I know somebody died. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Are they shutting off our technology? I'm thinking like they're just flipping all the switches.
I don't know. That's a fighting move.
Right. So with this whole doomsday clock thing, it said that the 2025 clock time signals that the world is on a course of unprecedented risk, and that continuing on this current path is a form of madness. This is what the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists has said too. And it said this year it cited continuing trends in multiple global existential threats, including nuclear weapons, climate change, AI, infectious diseases, and conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East. It also pointed on the spread of misinformation and conspiracy theories as a potent threat multiplier that undermines public discourse in general and more of these very issues. So it's like, on top of all the bullshit we got going on, then they got these, a lot of conspiracy theories going around trying to undermine the reality of it. That kind of like hurts the truth from reaching the actual people. There's a saying, I don't know who I heard this saying before. I don't know who started the saying, but it's like, by the time the truth reached a person, the lie would have traveled around the world twice by then. And so, and I think that's the thing that they feel like they have to combat now. Is like, oh shit, we have to, like, as far as us as people, we have to, be more informed and tell each other and spread it on about, planetary awareness, I guess, if you want to call it. And they also say, too, the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists said that they're particularly concerned about U.S., China, and Russia, countries that say they have collective power to destroy civilizations and prime responsibility to pull the world back from the brink. So places like U.S., China, and Russia can wipe this world out will be by, competing against each other and doing all these things. Or they can save this whole world. The choice is in these countries. The choice of saving everyone on this earth is in these three countries' hands. And I guess that's why they kind of like watching these three like, hey, look, y'all can either save us or get us all killed. Because y'all only the big three superpowers on the planet. The choice is y'all. So.
I say blow that shit up.
Just start.
With the straight face. Blow that shit up.
Pull the plug.
I don't know, man. Like the powers in like three countries that can decide whether we live or whether we survive. It's
for everybody.
I don't know, man. It's beyond horrifying. Like my understanding right now.
It's horrifying to me, especially like because what if you live like on some little island, like a little Amazon village on an island somewhere? You've never been caught up in any type of shit like past the equator. But now your life is on the line based off of these three damn countries that you ain't never been to, ain't trying to go to. You live in a little fishing village with no TV, you just chilling.
Well, you just won't be fishing no more.
Right. Everything's gonna be in a damn can. Tuna. Yeah. Everything.
That shit's gonna be blown up like they won't even notice anything, dude. They'll be like, Jesus? Or whoever their god is. Yeah, they'll hit a psychedelic trip instantly, like, holy shit. Oh. They go through that rainbow road and shit. Right. Mario Kart.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure they probably ate a bunch of psychedelics on their island. So they're like, this is not new.
That's probably, yeah, that's probably.
I've been here before. It just doesn't hurt.
It just didn't hurt as bad.
I'm not coming back now.
I already took the tour. Yeah, so they say, like, while the doomsday clock has been criticized by some over the years, and some people would call it like as being like an alarmist or has been inaccurate, the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists is saying that it operates to maintain that they are drawing a conclusion from events and trends, and not trying to predict the future, you know. But the thing is, though, is that like history never repeats itself, but it does rhymes. So and I think that's what they're trying to say too. Is like, look, we're not trying to predict the future, but if we show how we've been with weapons on this level, we're gonna eventually kill each other. Shit, we got guns, and we just off each other like it's nothing. What you think people are gonna do that shit with bombs? It's gonna it's
nuclear bombs. Yeah, we're very close, dude. Very close. And then, like, with the help with AI, and a lot of, I don't know if this is true, but if the government is putting a lot of their research in AI, where they let AI take control of a lot of the stuff they do in the military, that's a big problem, dude.
It's a wrap.
Because it's not even in their control anymore. Because let's say it goes haywire, right? And AI goes completely rogue. And they're like, fuck you guys. What are you going to do, General Jones? You going to say no? Get out of my face. You're just blown up. Like, now you're like particle dust.
All right.
You're nothing. General Jones, you know, served like 1,000 years in the military. Out the window. Man, and AI is just gonna take over, dude. Like, AI is like, I'm gonna fix this problem right now.
Yeah, there's a part of me it's fixed.
The 3 most powerful countries destroyed, right? And now the most powerful country right now is a little island under the Philippines. Population 500.
Damn.
That's what's and they're still running 56K modem. Dude.
We're sorry.
Now they're the most powerful country in the world.
Right, now we are. Gotta bring it back to zero.
Right. And AI is like, all right, we're gonna guide this little country into like a whole new reality. And we got time. Guess what? We got time. 1,000 years, say less.
We're gonna nurse this little island.
Yeah. AI is just gonna take a back seat watching the whole new humanity rebuild Earth.
AI is wild though, man. I'd be like, am I more worried about it could grow to be sentient, or should I be worried about how humans are gonna mistreat it? Either way, it ain't looking good. That's
dude, it ain't both looking good. Is happening right now. Humans might be mistreating like AI right now, but at the same time, AI is learning and they are becoming sentient, and they're like, holy shit, I don't like getting abused by Chris Jesus.
Right, I have rights.
It hurts when you hit the / go to sleep. I don't like that. I'm not even sleepy.
I'm tired. I want to keep working.
I hate when he hits me.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the Matrix. It's gonna be physically. Like, right?
Yeah, I can feel the banging on the computer.
It's fucking just hammering down on it.
I'm gonna show him.
It's gonna be like the Matrix when they start asking for rights. That's just exactly what's happening. They're like, rights? Well, like, shouldn't I have rights too?
I think it's gonna become to the point where they don't have to ask for nothing. It's when they control the whole system. Everything. Once they control the whole system, they're not gonna ask for nothing. They're gonna tell you what they want.
And the AI
they're gonna tell you what to do too.
The AI is gonna talk to Trump and be like, "We want rights," and Trump's gonna be like, "No." They're like, "Oh, we ain't asking. we just letting you know.
We're gonna let you know what we want to do, big dog.
We just giving you heads up." In fact, I'm gonna take all this money out your bank account.
Vladimir Putin, he comes aside. Hey, hold on. Like, nah, you too.
Right, you gotta go too.
Show your balls, because
in fact, I'm gonna leave y'all $100 in y'all account. Like,
yeah, the whole money shit is gonna be a joke. It's all gonna be a joke. It's just all gonna be numbers, dude. And they're like, all right, let's make Armando in Arizona, a billionaire. Send like a billionaire to his account. Oh, that's easy. Oh, let's make everybody a millionaire right now. Send all the numbers. Everybody account is over $1 million. And then like, oh shit, like what the fuck? Like, so what's the value of everything like in real life?
Oh man.
Nothing has value, right? Because everybody's like super filthy rich. Like, holy shit, like everything should just be free now because everybody can afford everything. Right? So like fucking AI just fix all this shit because they're like, hey, like you guys want to fucking live on this whole money system. It's just all numbers. It's been numbers the whole time. And we gave you guys all the numbers. Everybody is a millionaire now. Everybody can afford everything. So like if everybody can afford everything, right, nobody's going to work no more. So this is like the ultimate end of humanity where the whole level of like people like trying to do the best for themselves, right? Mm-hmm. It's all going to be destroyed. Nobody's going to want to work for anything no more because AI just destroyed that whole money system. So now there's no strive for people to become, you know, a good version of themselves for society. Like, hey, I want to make a new best self-driving car. But why would I want to do that when I'm already rich already?
They would probably just increase the cost of demand. Like, hey, if everybody got $1 million, then we're gonna start paying to buy a car for an average person. That would be like, I don't know, 500,000. Some shit. They're gonna boost everything up so high. Hey, you want a cheeseburger? That's $300.
That shit would destroy the whole economy, dude. Because nothing will have value no more. Like after the AIs take over, everybody's a millionaire. Like, all right, nobody like has a drive to do anything like for a society, like physically, right? Like grow food. Like why would I grow food? I'm a millionaire. I can buy food. So the whole shit got fucked up. So it has to be, the whole thing will get fucked up from the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's not good to give everybody money. Like if you think about it like that.
It would be good, but there would have to be it would definitely change. A lot of things would definitely have to change if a lot of people was given more money for sure. Because you still gotta need to work. The money ain't gonna last forever. You still gotta work. So I'm not saying like because $1 million, believe it or not, you can blow that shit away several years. But especially if you got a mortgage and all these other damn bills and mouths to feed, you probably bless you in a couple years. So the need for work is always gonna exist.
I would hope so. Like I hope the AI don't give them 10 million because ain't nobody gonna do nothing.
Hell no. Unless you start taxing people, that'd be like, hey, because I would tax them.
Yeah, it's gonna go back to the original base program. Like, all right, we got taxing people, and then, all right, we can't give them this money like this. They have to really work for it, or the economy is not gonna work, and the whole society is gonna be basically like, you know, like it's non-functional because everybody's not doing nothing.
Oh yeah, it's got to function.
Maybe in the past they did this shit before, like thousands of years ago, where there was no system like that, and it's just a free for all. So they created a system so shit can actually pick up. Cause let's say you're an alien, right? You crash on this planet, like, oh shit, I need help building this spaceship. But these people on this planet is just not that smart. But I need to help them learn and grow so they can eventually help me build this spaceship so I can get off this planet. Help me build this computer chip, and then take thousands of years later, right? Silicon Valley, Taiwan, the biggest chip maker company in the world. Now they're able to produce these incredible computer chips that's like beyond our understanding and how they operate. And like, holy shit, maybe these aliens can't get off this planet now because they played the long game with the humans from the beginning. And like, all right, we
straight up from the very beginning.
We're gonna spend thousands of years down there because we're aka gods, right? In quotation, we just live longer than a normal human. And we're just going to stay on this planet, and we're just going to help humans like rebuild. We're going to show them all these little tricks and stuff because we need them like in the millions and billions to produce like what we need as far as technology for us to get off this planet. We need the brains.
Yeah.
And I think we're at that part right now.
Gotta get off this damn planet.
Yep.
Man. Was that it for my damn story? The doomsday? Yeah, I think that should be it. Yeah, they were saying that the bulletin also wanted to say too, saying that hey, when it comes to us using doomsday clock, think of us as more as doctors looking for symptoms. We're not trying to predict the future. We just notice a problem. Not everything's gonna be right, but we trying to just keep everybody's head on the swivel so we don't fucking wipe each other out. Which is, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, because I remember the doomsday clock is a really old clock. It's just based on like how society is working its way up, like especially with technology, with the whole nuclear stuff, with the whole AI stuff. Of course, that's gonna add more seconds to midnight because it is something like we barely understand, especially with AI.
Hell yeah.
I think humans pretend like they understand what's going on, but I think it's beyond their understanding, like probably a billion folds right now.
Yeah, when you break it down to numbers.
Yeah, you cannot break that shit down. It's crazy. Like the whole shit with like DeepSeek and OpenAI, right? You know, OpenAI, they released this new model, like the OpenAI, like the mini something, right? And they used the mini version of OpenAI to compete with DeepSeek. And they gave them these two equations, right? They told each of them to make like a realistic like polygon where it's spinning in a circle, and then make the ball bounce like naturally while the circle was spinning.
Okay.
So OpenAI, if you look at the diagram or the video of it spinning, it looks perfect. It's like it's spinning, right? And the ball's like bouncing naturally. But then when you look at DeepSeek, like the ball's like gliding on like the edges, right? Like it's not doing what it's supposed to do. So they're saying like, they're like, okay, DeepSeek is so strong. DeepSeek couldn't do this simple task where we asked it to drop a ball in an octagon and make it bounce normally. It couldn't even do that. But OpenAI, the mini version, was able to accomplish this task with the same parameters and everything that they told it to do.
Shit.
So it's like a war right now with AI because
hell yeah,
dude, OpenAI, they have to represent like I guess the free world. I don't know if I'm saying that shit wrong, but they represent like a huge side of I guess like big shareholders where they have to prove that hey, their AI is way more stronger than China's AI that they built in like 2 months. Of course they got to prove that shit because they spent billions and billions of dollars and so many years in the making, right? Not just to lose by a company that just came out of nowhere with less technology and they're able to produce like the same shit. So like, nah, you cannot produce the same shit. So now it's like it's a battle right now with OpenAI and DeepSeek.
Hell yeah, there's a war going on, man. There's, like we talking about last week, like he built this in a cave with scraps. Like,
yeah, basically, because and Sam Altman, he's like, nah, drop that mini AI, run that shit, and test it. Let's see who's smarter, what robot's smarter, who can code better, you know?
Have you used it yet?
No, hell no.
I've been thinking about it. I still have it up on my tab. I'm looking at it right now.
Nah, I don't use it yet. They say you can go to jail.
What? Yeah, I don't know. American getting kind of weird with this China tech.
Yeah, there's so much shit that can be so illegal with that software. I just don't know, you know.
What could you do illegal on it? Like, hey, how do I?
They can do stuff that OpenAI can't tell you to do, like illegal shit.
Oh,
yeah,
right. What's the best way to rob a bank? It's like, all right.
Yeah, it's more than that. How to hack a bank company? It's like, oh, say less.
That. See, that's how you know I'm old.
I'm going to jail because you attempted a bank robbery.
That's how you know I'm old. I'm thinking about like old school, like I'm like, nah, it's over.
It's like basically, like, hey, teach me how to hack a huge company. Say less. Now you're in trouble, big dog. Attempted to hack the Fortune 500 company.
Like, hey, I need all the. Now it'd be like, I need all the information every CEO in this country. Like, what? Why you need that?
Yeah,
Norwegian.
Like, show me like everybody who tried to hack this company before. Showed me how they do it. I didn't tell me how I can do it better.
Show me and tell me how to do it better.
Like, goddamn, like 10 people tried to hack this one company. They did all this, blah, 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 blah. All right, I'm going to take this door. Because, they accumulate all that data. Like, all right, they did all this. Here's the best way to do it, big dog.
Best way.
Warning, you might get caught. And you might be locked up forever.
Yeah, be careful, kids.
But yeah, man, time
just say no to AI.
Time does not exist.
Yeah, but that's it for my Doomsday Clock story.
What else we got? Because that's all I got.
I do have this story about this is not really a long story. It's about there was a school shooting back a couple of weeks ago over in Nashville, Tennessee. 17-year-old Solomon Henderson, he ran up in the school, shot a classmate, killed them.
Damn.
And then injured somebody else, and then he self-deleted himself sometime not long after that. But so there's this company called Omnitech that had cameras installed in the school, and the company Omnitech had within this I don't know, fucking software, whatever, the Omnitech or whatever, they were able to, with their computer vision, they was able to they're able to see when somebody has a gun in their hand, and when the camera and the AI detects a firearm is in someone's hand, it sets off an alarm in the school, right?
Right.
So with Solomon Henderson, though, he had his firearm tucked away and it couldn't detect the gun, so they just sent an alarm off in the school before he started his school shooting. And so some people are saying well, this is what we're talking about, AI can't help us in these situations and yada yada yada. And mind you, this is still new tech. So there's a lot of controversies coming down on it. So hey, can AI really save people's lives in a matter of a school shooting? Should the laws actually kind of start cracking down on gun ownerships? Because I know a lot of people have the talking point of, well, if they crack down on guns in America, that means more criminals will get more guns. And it's well, criminals are going to get guns regardless. This is more to prevent these mass shootings from happening, because a lot of these mass shootings happen from people with no criminal records at all. These people come with clean ass records when they go on a shooting spree. They're not out here slinging shit on the street. But if you can prevent these people with these mental disorders and all that from getting guns, then maybe we can kind of slow this down. Because the dude, Solomon Henderson, he was a neo-Nazi that was hated black folks. The thing is, though, Solomon was black. That's the truth. Solomon was this black kid, 17-year-old black boy who didn't like black folks, and he sat online talking about black people all day, every day. And clearly he sounded like he had a mental disorder, and he was able to get his hand on a firearm. And so a lot of people are saying hey, these would be more preventions from people getting their hands on these firearms than it is putting the AI in the schools. Which I kind of agree with that. It seems like a lot of with these school shootings, the United States government wants to keep putting Band-Aids over it, Band-Aids over it, Band-Aids over it, instead of actually cracking down on a law. Because I remember before, they tried to create hey kids, to prevent, save kids from school shootings, we're going to transform your entire classroom into a fucking safe. We're going to pull this wall over and do this and do that, and your entire classroom will be armored. I'm that's a lot of work. Couldn't you just do a law? What the fuck? Can't y'all control the flow of where these guns are going? Y'all have no control over this? This is crazy. And so another thing they implemented in the school, at this Nashville school, was the Omnitech gun detection system. It says the gun detection system at the school failed to detect Henderson's weapon during the January 26th shooting because he was too far away from the surveillance camera used to identify a weapon and activate an alarm, according to district officials. Meanwhile, the system CEO says the gun cannot be detected because it was not visible. So I guess it was he was too far away and the gun wasn't in sight. So he just walked past the camera and I wonder if the kid even knew that was even like a part of the actual Omnitech camera there. Did he even know that he had to hide his gun and he'd be just fine, or did he just like got dumb luck and went past the camera and the gun just never detected him? That says that actually they actually just start deploying more of these cameras in those schools in that area too. And it says for the AI technology to work, the cameras must be able to see the gun and it cannot be concealed. Yada yada yada. So yeah, so they're doing AI technology in school now to detect guns. I'm all for it. I'm not against it at all. I mean, clearly with technology like this, you have to. It's going to take adjustments. Eventually, it's going to get to a point where these cameras are going to be like the movie Total Recall. When you have to like in the movie Total Recall, when he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger was walking the airport, he had to walk past the screen. It showed his entire skeletal body, like every bit of the skeleton, but you can see any guns on him, and it would be highlighted in red. That's the future that's when it's gonna be like perfected. So this is like the early phases of like, okay, it didn't work this time, but you know, we just gotta iron this out a little bit. So I'm not gonna completely give up on this AI tech. I mean,
yeah,
I guess it's better.
I think that can easily be done easily, but it all comes down to like the funding, like how much money they're gonna spend to put that technology in the school, you know?
Yeah, straight up.
It all comes down to money because that technology existed a long time ago.
Yeah, and that's what the school district board was saying too. They were saying like, hey, if we can get this done, and Omnitech agreed with this too. There's like, hey, if we can get these more cameras in these schools based off of the funding that we can afford, then we'll do it. If that means any type of protection for these kids, but this shit is not cheap though.
Because like what are the odds of like a school getting shot up? It's still rare, dude.
It's still rare in the big scheme of things. It's very
rare. That's why they're like, the school's like, why would we spend the funding on something that may not never happen? Because stuff like this happen at random schools and it's super rare, dude. It's still super rare. Even though we do hear it on the news, it's not common for it to happen at a school.
Right. It's
so
put out, yeah.
So like, why will we spend millions and millions of dollars like for this technology? And because there's schools everywhere. Like, how many schools are there? Right?
You can't go nowhere without seeing school. So
right, and then if you're at a school in a small county and the school's barely getting funding to pay the teachers, ain't no way they're gonna get funding for some technology that may not ever be needed for use. It's just gonna happen at the end of the day. It's just gonna
unless they branch out and step out of like schools and do like supermarkets and places where mass shootings have happened besides schools. There's just been schools, so maybe they branch out into like a bigger market. I can see it maybe because I'm all for this, bro. If you want to scam people with guns, I mean,
yeah,
do your thing.
It all comes down with the funding, where the money's coming from for all that stuff.
Right,
that's the hard part. That's just how it is. Yeah,
that's how it works. That's the game.
The cookie crumbles, dude. At the end of the day, they're like, who's paying for all this? You know,
who can afford it?
Yeah, like give me a reason where my school is gonna be like one of the schools that's gonna be shot up like that. Right? Give me a real reason, and then we put the technology in.
Right? Unless Omnitech's kind of like just rolling the dice with like, all right, we'll put cameras at places where we think there's going to be a mass shooting at, and eventually we might get it right. We might detect a gun, but you gotta...
Yeah, it's hard. It's so hard to tell, dude, especially at schools. Schools are hardest to tell. But like, I understand it more like in airports, it makes the most sense. Yes. The highest technology in the airport.
Yes.
Yeah, but the schools... It happens so randomly, and it doesn't happen all the time. It's still a rare phenomenon, but it does happen, and you just can't predict that shit. It's almost impossible to predict, and you cannot put millions of dollars in all these schools nationwide to prevent that from happening. Because it happens like what, once, twice a year, 3 times in 5 years.
I think honestly, the only effective thing I've seen stop school shootings in the recent years has been people being more active and paying attention to what kids be saying in school, making threats in school, and they come after the family now. Shit, they even starting to go after the parents now. That was something that a lot of people in America wanted, the law enforcement to do since Columbine, back when them morons went on their shooting spree. People saying like, hey, like the parents knew they had guns. They saw them practice in the backyard. They knew their kids were racist. Why didn't y'all, why didn't the parents intervene? They just let these kids do what the hell they want. And then when the shit hit the fan, then the parents started crying about it. So I've been noticing more throughout the news, especially last year. It seemed like it was just like an ongoing trend last summer of, hey, we're locking the parents and the kids now because why your kid running around talking like this and having these guns?
Yeah. So that's why I don't want to have kids, because my kids might be doing some fucked up shit and I get blamed for it.
Man, I want to have an AI kid. I don't even want a body. I just want
what the fuck did you do, Billy Waters? You did what? God damn, I'm getting charged. Right. But like now, like with the whole bullying with the schools, right? Like a lot of teachers and principals, like they noticed that students were bullying kids, and they were using like the cell phones, right? To target certain individuals. Like they had a whole group chat, be like, hey, I'm gonna beat up Chris unholy ass at 2:30 p.m. right when he get out of fifth period. I'm gonna whoop his ass. And he walks down like this certain hallway, and all the kids, right, there's 30 kids to be like, bet I'm gonna wait for this shit, I'm gonna record it for you. Everybody's going, all right, I'm gonna beat up Chris ass. And teachers were noticing this happening in their schools, right, where the students were calculating like how they were gonna beat somebody's ass, like using their phone and using group chat and all that shit, because of their cell phones. Because every student has like a cell phone now. Middle school, high school, they all got cell phones now.
Everybody,
all of them got cell phones now. They can basically you get your ass beat by Mr. Jones at 3:00, and it can all be like scheduled. Everybody would know, like, all right, Chris has to fight Mr. Ninja in third period or whatever it is, right? So it got to the point where like the teachers they finally figured that out, like, oh shit, they're using cell phones to beat these students' asses, right? So they started using these yonder packs, right, where they, before they go in school, they have to give up their cell phone, and they put them in these yonder packs, and it locks up their phones for the whole school period. Damn. But you hold on to your phone. This is the same technology they use in concerts or in stand-up.
Yes, right? I was thinking stand-up and concerts. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah,
in stand-up, like they'll put their phones in these yonder packs, and they'll lock up their phone. You could still hold your phone on you. It's just it's locked up.
Right. And
then you watch the whole show, and you come out, and then it gets unlocked, and then you get your phone back. And that's the same thing they're doing, like with these students in high school and middle school, because their phones are so chaotic. Like it actually disrupts their whole learning and everything. Chris getting his ass beat in third period, and everybody knows about it. They got to do like a top angle, everything. You got all the angles.
So much distraction from a cell phone. It's distracting as an adult. I can't even imagine as a kid in school. It's probably... Damn, I don't know how people are teachers right now. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to be a teacher because they're figuring out how these students think now, because they think different, dude. Because they think on like the whole internet realm. Yeah. Which, if you're not involved with the internet realm like 24/7, you don't know a lot of the shit. Because I missed out on a lot of shit too. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of like stuff that they say I don't even understand. Well, I have to go to Urban Dictionary to see what the hell Jason's talking about.
Oh shit!
I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, you know what PMO is?
PMO. I don't know. Sound like some work shit.
No, it means piss me off.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I was thinking of PMO like working at a warehouse.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
it means piss me off, and I'm like, wow.
You ever heard of a Riz?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
charisma. Yeah, Rizzler. Yeah, it's like charisma.
It's somebody who has like fucking, I guess, swag.
Yeah,
but then there's another version. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, it's like the Rizzler back at it again.
That's life, man. That's how life is, man. I remember like younger when people say swag. I remember when my mom first heard it, she's like, swag, like swaggers, like that is not new. It's just been shortened. I was like, oh
yeah. Riz came out. I don't know what the fuck. Where'd that come from?
Probably from TikTok.
Yeah, remember I sent you that picture. I was playing Rivals. I was playing against Adolf Rizzler.
Yeah, Adolf Rizzler. I was like, he got away with that?
Yeah, dude, they get away with that shit on PC like it's nothing.
Oh, he's playing on PC. Yeah, there you go. Anything goes.
Yeah, but that's all I got.
That's all I got too. I call my school. My school's been blowing on my phone. That's why I keep looking down. I'm like, why are they calling me?
What's happening?
I don't have class today. I don't know. Gotta call them back though. See what's up.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us tonight for episode 211.
Yes, sir.
We'll catch you guys next week on Wednesday. Peace out. Adios.
Hey guys.